I'm with the Band. Music and interviews you're going to like.
Welcome to I'm with the Band here on the Mesh Podcast Network. I am your host, Andrew Moose. If this is your first time listening to I'm with the Band invites musicians and bands of all types to discuss their current projects, their touring lives, or maybe lack of touring lives, and their lives overall as musicians. We certainly hope that you will mash that subscribe button. We drop the episodes, you listen to them. That's how it works. So, advertising on the Mesh is a super great way to reach a targeted audience. And I've heard that the only people who listen to the Mesh Podcast Network are rich and they're beautiful and all they want to do is spend money with your company. So this episode of I'm with the Band is produced in partnership with the No Contact Concert Series, Kodak Sound, and Midwood Entertainment. So today we're obviously podcasting remote away from the beautiful Mesh Studios in downtown Hickory and in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. So during this pandemic where venues and bands can't get together to make music and have shows, our good friends over at Midwood and Codex have partnered, and they're producing the No Contact Concert Series, which really helps bands and fans and interact with one another during this time. So my guests today on I'm with the Band are playing the No Contact Concert Series this Sunday, August 30th at 8 o'clock. I believe, am I correct on that?
You're correct.
That's right.
Sweet. Let me welcome Andre and Dave of Cicada Rhythm to the podcast. What's up, guys?
Nothing. We're happy to be chatting with somebody about music.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. We're glad to have you on too. So we were talking a little bit offline. You guys do already have some Hickory ties, and you said you have some great memories. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, Hickory, North Carolina first, kind of popped on the map for us because I'm a fan of the Blue Sky Boys, and they're kind of 30s and 40s, like a really early bluegrass group from Hickory, North Carolina, and I love listening to their records. And we played there. How long ago?
I don't know. I'm not good at remembering when things happened.
It was like I want to say 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we play a lot in North Carolina. It seems like we really vibe with the folks over there. So we're happy to be returning. We think it's a beautiful place and cool people.
Absolutely. And, you guys are living real close to Athens, Georgia right now, homes of some other really famous bands, REM and Widespread Panic and all those folks from down there. So tell me a little bit about how you guys got started. Did you guys meet down in Athens, or how did this relationship start?
Well, it's a story. It's a story in itself. Dave and I actually met because he thought it would be fun to hop trains. So he hopped a train with his buddy Matt, and they hopped off in Atlanta and called the person I was with, and we went to go pick him up.
Yeah, and that was when we first met each other. I was disgusting and covered in soot, and I always say it was not love at first sight. Andrea was like fresh out of Juilliard, and she was kind of baffled.
Well, I didn't know people did that. I thought it was maybe just a lifestyle, but for these guys, they were just like, let's just try it and see how it goes.
Yeah, it was spring break for us, and we didn't have gas money to get to the beach, so we, it was a little adventure of our own that cost nothing.
But yeah, we met in Atlanta, and we're both from Atlanta. I'm from Chamblee Tucker, and Dave's from Decatur. Mm-hmm. So we met through friends, and then when I graduated college, I ended up coming to Athens to live with a friend who had one more year at UGA, and I just fell in love with this little town. And then Dave started coming to visit me, and we started playing shows in Athens at the small venues and stuff. And it called to us when we were looking for a house. There were some cheap options as opposed to Atlanta. There's not many cheap options in Atlanta. So we came out here because we knew Athens was a cool spot to be.
Yeah, Athens is one of the best music towns in the Southeast. If you know, if you had to ask my opinion about it, and there's just so many great musicians and great venues down there that are just so welcome to all different kinds of music, and people just love live music down in Athens. That's 100% sure. You know, when I heard you guys were playing the No Contact concert series, of course, I went and started checking out your music, and you know, it's your sound blends a lot of different styles, Americana and roots and folk, and a whole lot of other stuff. What I hear, you know, did I nail that, or is that what you guys are going for? Or
no, you definitely nailed it. I mean, despite the fact that we're not really trying to go for anything,
right.
I think that, you know, we're inspired by a lot of different genres of American music, and we just, for some reason, we just ended up blending whatever we loved and whatever came out.
I've tried each shape, I'm still blocked out. Outside the box is where it lives. Each time I see what it's about, it changes again. Another twist, I'm right behind it. Let me in to let it's gone. Decide it's over and leave it all. It's just a joke. What's the use chasing a dream without your music? Grabs the whole, interrupts, breathes in some life, and wakes you up and shakes you up. It wakes you up and shakes you up.
sound varies song to song, of course, and it's just whatever the song really relates itself to is the style that comes across, I would imagine. So
Sure.
Yeah, we definitely try to craft each song individually, and sometimes, you know, it doesn't match anything else, but it doesn't matter to us. We just stick it on there anyway.
And in some ways we're kind of reaching for a modern sound because we're in a modern time, but at the same time, when I'm, you know, at the flea market, I'm digging around for old records from back in the 60s and roots music of that sort.
right, who all have you found that you liked?
That list could go on forever.
He really likes the staple singers.
I love staple singers. Yeah.
And we
staples.
like Michael Hurley
Yeah.
and Bobby Charles. And what else?
Taj Mahal. And then, I mean, as far as that's what I'm kind of looking for when I'm going through records. But as far as like bands around today, we really like Twain's music. And we really like who else?
The Wood Brothers.
And then local bands that are our friends.
Yeah, we have a lot of friend bands.
You know, another really good band that's out of the Athens area that it is maybe on the up and coming side of things, the Future Birds. Have you heard of those guys?
No, they're awesome.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, I think they've scattered a bit, though. I don't know that they live in Athens anymore, but I used to actually work with Daniel. He's one of the singers at the Co-op, which is our tiny little grocery store in Athens,
Right.
where you could trade, working time for a discount for food.
Sometimes that's needed.
Yeah, no, it's really cool to be able to have so much talent just, you know, trying to scrape by in good old Athens.
I was known to you only by the fool. Fool me twice, shame on me. Was I standing still? Scared of my free will, I was free of truth and the unknown. You should know by now. You can seal your fate, even in the shadows, even in the shadows. Now I run through dreams with my beloved beat. I've come undone. You can shoot me down, 'cause you should know by now. You can seal your fate. Yes, you should know by now. You can seal your fate, even in the shadows, even in the shadows, even in the shadows, even in the shadows.
With shows canceling all over the place, how have you guys adapted? Have you done more streaming, or have you gone to the studio? So, talk a little bit about the last 6 months for you guys.
Well, we definitely have been jumping all over the technical hurdles of doing quote unquote live online shows, and trying to do them well, but also trying to learn how to use a video camera, and doing audio and video is a
We've
whole...
been we didn't really do much of the live streaming because I don't know, we didn't really vibe with it. It felt very, I don't know, it didn't feel right to us. So we did it a couple times, and then we were like, you know what? Let's focus on, creating an experience. And because that's really what a live show is, a presentation of sorts. But so we concentrated on doing shows with our friends. We did a really awesome, it was called the Almost Live show with Kenosha Kid and Adron, who lives in LA now, but she's from Atlanta. So we've done a lot of pre-recorded videos, and to us, that's kind of more where it's at. But we've never really been super big on social media anyway, so I think that's kind of where our hesitation was. I feel like our music is about connection with people, like real connections, and stuff like this, interviews where we're actually talking to someone and reaching across that divide, and
opposed to just, like, I guess, filming it when there's no one around.
yeah.
But there, I mean, at the same time, you got to adapt, and we've definitely learned a lot through this time, and hopefully that will prepare us down the road for something else.
Yeah. Now more than ever, with the political climate and Black Lives Matter, I feel like what you say and how you say it is important. And I'm glad that there's enough space and time for that for everyone, and we've been taking advantage of that time to really make sure that what we're saying is what we want to say.
You spoke about bridging a divide, and a lot of bands bridge divides between maybe or bridging divides with fan bases by creating covers. And I was out on iTunes, you can listen to all your stuff, and I saw the Cecilia cover that you guys released as a single with the Simon and Garfunkel cover. I thought that was super well done.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Is that the last thing you guys put out? That was back last year, I believe. Is there anything newer that I missed?
No, that's unfortunately the last thing. We've got a bunch of things in the can, and we've been talking about recording this new album, but just with kind of the shock that the industry has taken this year, it's been kind of difficult to plan it, and also find the right people to work with, and just navigate the logistics of creating an album as like safely
yeah.
and
right.
But it definitely, we have a lot more time at home now, and we have more new songs than we ever have had before. And this next one, I'm really excited about this next album. And we're hoping to work with Kishibashi and our friend Drew Vandenberg. We're still trying to figure out a time when to do that, when everyone's schedule permits.
You're spilling the beans.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
You're spilling all the beans.
This is exclusive and editable. So
yeah.
So we'll move off it a little bit. Something you guys also released was a 2-track LP called Two Wings live at Mount Zion Church. that just sounds so intriguing to me. Like, how did that happen? And talk a little bit about that.
Well, at the time, I was really into just natural sounds of rooms, and we found this old church from the 1800s out in Sparta, Georgia, and I think a photographer, our friend Evan Levitt, had taken us there, and when we went into for pictures, and when we went into the chapel, we immediately were like, "Oh my goodness, it sounds incredible in here." So the historical society let us go record a couple albums or a couple tunes, and the church didn't have power,
electricity.
so we brought like a generator, and just our friend Drew Vandenberg came and just recorded us live for those 2 songs.
Yeah, and I really felt like the church loved it. Like, both of the performances of the songs went really well, and the reverb was just amazing on both of our voices. I feel like the church was really happy that it was being used again for music. So
yeah, you could tell there was a history of music in there. You could feel it.
yeah.
Well, so like I mentioned earlier, Cicada Rhythm, who we are visiting with today, are playing the No Contact concert series on Sunday, August the 30th at 8. And if you happen to miss them, which I hope you don't, you can catch the show again at www.crowd-less.com. And so you can go and check out that show and all the other shows that the guys put on. Dave and Andrea, tell me a little bit about how we can get in touch with you and find all your stuff and buy all your albums and all that.
Sure. Well, you can get in touch with us through Instagram or Facebook, and we're Cicada Rhythm. Cicada like the bug, and
Rhythm like the beat.
and we also have a website. It's cicadarhythm.com, and there you can buy our music and our merch,
T-shirts and stuff.
We got stuff you can support us with, and we also have some of our records and CDs in some local CD shops, music shops, and stuff.
Luxury and Decatur CD and
but even
up in North Carolina,
a few places around the country, thanks to New West and Normal Town Records, they've been really good to us.
So, Andre, Dave, thank you so much for coming on I'm with the Band today. It was really my pleasure to meet you. And please go to all of our other podcasts on the mesh.tv. We've got all kinds of stuff for you. And this has been I'm with the Band and Cicada Rhythm.